What do you know? The whooping crane has my same range. If you're just joining me, my name is Becky. Hi. I live in this minivan. Or at least I'm trying to. I just spent like a week at home during Christmas. Why am I heading to Jacksonville area? My friend's getting married. My college friend. My friend Chrissy is flying in to Jacksonville Airport tomorrow, and I'm going to pick her up. But on the way there, I got a state parks annual pass burning a hole in my pocket. So I'm going to hit one on the way up to Gainesville today. Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park. And hopefully see some manatees. Because the manatees like to winter in this area. Because there's springs that are the same temperature all year round. Like 72 degrees. Then I'll sleep up in Gainesville a little bit further north. Wake up in the morning and drive to pick up my friend in Jacksonville. And then arrive in Yulee up near Amelia Island for the wedding festivities beginning that afternoon. Thanks for coming along. Actually open. Oh my gosh, it is open. The roseate spoonbill, a bird of its own genus. What are you? A bittern? Hi. This is intense. Oh my gosh. My sibling said as a baby, Fingos. What do you know? The whooping crane has my same range. Yeah. Home sweet home. Well, as I always say, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not that. I realized about halfway through that a lot of the animals they have on display are disabled animals, whether from injuries they received or being poached or being rescued from circus/zoo in the case of the hippo. My friend, who's from Crystal River, which is nearby, told me that as sad as I found Homosassa, it's the happiest it's ever been. But the springs were beautiful, the animals were beautiful, and I am certain that the people who work there and volunteer there and take care of that place care a lot about it. And I'll show you guys what I end up doing for the rest of the evening and tonight. There's like so much good off-road parking in Gainesville, in this like college town. I didn't even need to pull barely out of the Publix to find a good spot. Good morning. I slept pretty poorly in my new bed. I just had a difficult time getting comfortable, and there was a lot of noise in this parking lot. Oh, and it got down to like 45 degrees last night. Very grateful for my sleeping bag. Okay, so first of all, the ranger here is super awesome. Every year this gets burned down through controlled fires. And every year this is like new growth. I gotta ask him when the fires come through. But also, look, I'm on the Florida Trail. Apparently 5 miles come through here. Right there. My question is, you mentioned that this is what, sandhill habitat?
Yeah, so this is a sandhill habitat.
And that it gets burned every year? What season does that happen in?
So we try to burn it in the May. That's our growing season for the different types of grasses you're going to see. You want the wiregrass to germinate. So after it burns, it more proliferately gives out seeds. And it's a lot easier to burn. It's healthier for this habitat. Also, the pine trees, the longleaf pine, they can't open up their cones unless they have a blast of heat. So sometimes that'll happen with really hot days, but not often. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Have a good day. Happy New Year. So it will happen on hot days. Some of the cones will kind of pop open, but it's better to have a little blast of heat. So before people got here, there were fires just raging all the time. We're actually the second lightning capital for the world.
So I had never even heard of sandhill ecosystem, and I grew up in Orlando, and
that's because it's a disappearing ecosystem.
What makes it disappear?
Because we do so much fire suppression nowadays.
Yeah.
We're trying to protect homes and stuff like that. A lot of this stuff has been encroached by, you see this oaky stuff that's over here? Hardwood hammocks are all over Florida. That's because we've excluded fire from those areas, and the oaks have just marched in and taken over these easy to take over sandhills.
And the sandhills, mostly, it looks like pine and just mostly pine, or?
Wiregrass. It looks
and wiregrass.
Almost like a prairie. It's like a sea of golden grasses out there. And scattered pines. It's very burnable because of all the pine needles, and the wiregrass is very flammable. It all wants to burn. Yeah. And even some of the herbs that are out there, all the herbaceous plants, they require fire as well.
Does it ever happen unexpectedly, or is it usually from control?
It does happen unexpectedly in really bad lightning seasons and really bad droughts. It does.
You got
those
some.
are wildfire seasons. Hey! Happy New Year! How are you guys doing? Good to see you.
What are fox squirrels?
Fox squirrels are squirrels that are about 3 times the size of a regular squirrel.
I saw one of those at Homosassa Wildlife, blah, 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 and I was like, what the hell is this? Yeah. It looks like a giant squirrel, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they're really cool. I actually have a video I can show you.
Ooh,
they're so big, you're like, what? Is that a raccoon? What is that? And they're like black in the face.
They look like a raccoon lemur.
Exactly. That is cool. Correct. You see them more often when it's raining for whatever reason.
So apparently there's a mile out and back ravine trail. It's different from the Florida trail. And I'm going to a mill site. It's a magical, magical morning. Well, I've got about 45 minutes before I need to leave to pick my friend up at the airport up in Jacksonville. So I'm just exploring like the picnic areas, and oh man, this is an awesome state park. It's so pretty. Holy moly, I just realized that's a cabin. This is one of the first state parks of Florida, and it was the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps, that built up a lot of it. So the cabins here are like old style cabins from the 1930s. Super cool. Here's Little Lake Johnson. There is a big Lake Johnson. Oh my gosh, who needs the beaches in Florida when you've got these lakes? I guarantee you there are gators in this lake. Bathrooms right here. And these probably 1930s era stone steps down. Cool. I am going to pay full attention to walking down this right now. Highly, highly, highly recommend Mike Race Gold Head State Park between Gainesville and Jacksonville, Florida. It's so beautiful. And the amenities are so nice. Come here for a picnic, for canoeing, for fishing, for walking. And maybe if it rains, you'll get lucky and see a fox squirrel. I really want to see a fox squirrel now. I'm off to pick up my friend. Hope you had a good time with me. If you'd like to see more of my adventures, living in my minivan and wintering in Florida this year, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. This light is very direct.
At a certain time.
This color story is unreal.
Look at you, you got packed.
I rolled deep, I guess. Oh, it's a video.
No, you didn't video, right?